If you are joining us, I sure would love to know if we got audio. Getting ready to do some track work. I'm getting ready to try something too. Let's see here. Oh, I guess I would see that. Hey, Messy Modeler, how you doing? I'm trying to try something. I'm glad you're here. I'm trying something. We got some challenges today. We're not doing a simple one. Um, I was gonna try to do a vertical stream also, and I got AJ up in the house sleeping. Hey, Clintonville, good to see you, Brian. I got AJ up in the house sleeping, so got to we're gonna do public here. All right. Yeah, I got that. All right. So what I hope doesn't happen is I'm gonna try to stream vertical as well, Brian. I know you stream a lot, so I've got my horizontal stream going now, and I'm gonna try to do a vertical stream as well at the same time. We're gonna be able to do that soon. They're working on that functionality now. We'll be able to do it simultaneously through YouTube without having to do all this stuff. But I wanted to try it. This made me want to try it. So I'm going to see. And I could actually have some bandwidth issues streaming out twice with two different keys. And so I sure would appreciate it if y'all would let me know if we have some buffering or something that we're not getting now. Let's see. All right. All right. Now, what I would appreciate knowing from y'all at home on this stream is if this stream causes us some issues. And so let's get this turned here. And so what I'm thinking, Brian, is that this would expose us to some new people. And so I'm thinking you could do the same thing. Um, I mean, I could be wrong. You might not have any interest in doing this, but it's good you're here. Um, you could just use your phone along with. I don't know how you do your streaming, but this could be done. Thank you, Messy Modeler. Now I don't know if I have anybody on this one yet. I don't have anybody on this stream yet that I can see, but I've never done a vertical stream before. So it's also kind of tough to keep stuff in, but I got the track work here that I'm going to be doing in the camera here pretty good, and so we'll just see what happens. What I'm going to be doing today is um, probably we're going to go ahead and make sure this is exactly where we want it, and this is the one we're going to be using, the new one. And good morning to you. And then so what we'll be doing is I've got the flex track over there, the new flex track. I'm going to be connecting a piece from here to here, and then I'm going to set this where I want it though. And then so I'll come in and I'll make a connection. And what I'll do is the part that's connecting to the turnout here, I'll have that as the part that's already been cut by Pico. And then my imperfect cut will go here that I do with my tools and files. But what I'll do is I'll use one side of the flex track. Well, I don't know. I might use a whole piece here. We'll just have to see. But I'll be using, thank you, Messy Modeler. And so what I'll be doing is I'll be using flex track to connect from here to here and from here to here. If you're in my vertical string, thank you very much for joining us. This is a test this morning to do this. I don't normally vertically stream and horizontally stream simultaneously, but we're trying that today. My name is Brian. If you're new, this is the Iron Horse Model Railroad, and we're doing some track work. Yesterday, we came in and laid all this roadbed from Woodland Scenics here. I had a part of my main line right here was fine, but I wasn't able to back into these spurs coming this way because of an issue with the turnout or with my track work or whatever. So I came in and I tried to adjust this so I could do my ops over here. And when I tried to adjust this, I ended up messing up the main line too. So I went ahead and got a new turnout. I ordered some new flex. I got some new rail joiners, etc., and so on, and this new track bed. And so what we did yesterday is we came in and we laid the track bed right here using caulk. All right. We caulked this track bed in, and then today we're going to be using the Pico Flex. We got 5 pieces of Pico Flex, and we're using code 80. And we'll just be connecting this morning, and hopefully we'll have to stop the stream and let it dry. I'll show y'all my method for track work and all that stuff today. I use a pin vise and push bins. If you are joining us and have never streamed with me before, if you're an N-scale modeler, these little push pins right here are very valuable to me. At least they work well. They fit perfectly between our N-scale rails. And if you use a 1mm pin vise bit, these guys fit snugly and securely down into your track. You can actually twist them up and down to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure down, because you don't want to smash your track into the roadbed. You want it to sit naturally. But this will hold it really good when you got substantial turns and everything. So let me show you what I got, Brian. I use the old school stuff. This is what we've been using for years now. I've only been around this model railroad community for 6 or 7 years now, but we've been using these pretty consistently since then. And so, Brian, I did get some people over in this vertical stream, so it could be something that you might be interested in. Just a few here and there, but if you are here in the vertical stream, I sure do want to welcome you and thank you for joining us. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to hush a little bit and start doing some track work. Y'all pretty much have explained what we're doing. We need to run a piece of flex from here to here and a short piece from here to here. I don't know. I don't think that I'm not going to worry with this piece because that would alter where I fit this. I have a re-railer and don't mind using them sometimes, but I'm not going to do it in this case because it's a little bit too long. So, Messy Modeler and Brian at home. I got AJ upstairs asleep, so I got to keep an eye on that as well. And so if I do have to pause for a minute, that's why I might have to run upstairs for a second. So let's get to it. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to take the old turnout out and put the new one in now that we're ready to do it. I don't like to anchor my turnouts at all. Now, I'll be anchoring this one right now just for purposes of I want it to be exactly where I want it. And then I'm going to have the track meet it. But I will not put any adhesive whatsoever on this turnout at all. All the pieces connecting to this turnout will have adhesive running all the way up to it, but the turnout itself will float. It won't move really, but it does have, I don't ever do that. I don't secure my turnouts down. I'll run glue all the way up to here and all the way to here and all the way to here. And I use a 50-50 glue max and water mixture. And it works just fine. I've had it holding for years everywhere around here, and it comes up easy if I need it to without me destroying my track, which is important. So what we'll do first is we're going to use the pin vise, and we're going to make sure we have this exactly where we want it. I've got to consider we've got a turn coming pretty quick down here. We are coming downhill. I did build this layout, this part of the layout, when I was about 2 years into the hobby, so 5 years ago or so, and just trying to adapt it now. I don't know that I would have done it this steep on purpose previously. But what I want to make sure is that I leave myself some room here for the transit before we transition into the turn coming out of this turnout. And so I do want to get it up probably about into there. And so now what I'm going to do, make sure it's coming out how I want it. And I'm going to put a pin in. And if you ease them down, you won't smash them down, and you don't have to worry about damaging anything. All right. Oh, it's not being as cooperative as I would like. There we go. All right. Make sure we're not there. I don't want to be pushing it down at all. And I might even back those up one now that I think about that, so I've got more room to attach the turnout. I think I might be able to do it anyway, but and I don't really want to take, I don't know if I need to pull one of those ties or not. Did I do that on these? I sure did. Yeah, I might want to do that. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is save myself some future work before I get ahead of myself too much. This is a good time to talk about this. When you get a new turnout from Pico or wherever, you do want to consider the fact that the rail ties could run up a little far. And what happens is if these rail ties run up a little too far, it impedes your rail joiner from sliding on fully. It might keep your rails from touching fully, and then you got a little gap in there that you don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a sharp number 11 blade. I hope this is a sharp one. I should get a new one, but I don't think I have a new one down here. This one looks sharper, but that never means anything. I need to get something to cut on. Guess I'll do it over here. Y'all excuse me just a sec. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. So back to what we were doing. I need to not lose my glasses. We're going to set them right here. All right. So all I'm going to do is I'm trying to keep it in the camera, and I'd rather be doing this on a hard surface. I still want to do that, but I don't know that I have a good one. All right. So there is a little pin right here. I just want to pop it. There's another one right here that we want to get. Now, this one is tougher, because it connects to the other one. We want to be very careful here. I'm going to go over to a very hard surface. Give me just a moment. All right. I'll show you what I did. So that's what I removed right here. And all it did was give me a little more room for my rail joiners to slide on, right? Just took off the end ties. I'm going to do the same way back here. This one's a little easier. Haha, now I'm going to mess it up or something. Oop, I don't want to put that there. Pull that off. Now we have plenty of room for our rail joiners to slide on. And whether or not I'll be able to get back into our other, or won't be able to use the other pegs, would we? Because we removed it. Ha. So we will have to make new ones. We'll try to keep them right in line with the other ones. All right. There we go. Here's where the other one is right here. All right. That's where I would that's where I would like to turn out to rest right here. Thank you for joining us. If you're in the vertical stream, we appreciate you being here. We don't usually do a vertical stream. We thought we'd try it out. You know, YouTube's functionalities are fixing to change where we'll be able to do this in a matter of a few clicks all within the studio. Not able to do that yet, but I did use 2 stream keys. Hey, John, good morning. Hey, Stormy Sky Rail Productions, good to see you. Anfield Road in the Loft. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Good to see you. Those of you folks that could be here on the vertical stream, I don't see your names or anything, so I apologize. I can't say hello if you are. Oh, wait, hold on. I do. I see Messy Modeler over here, Brian over here, Stormy over here, Sarah. I do see people. It's just harder to see it. So, am I seeing the same people? Huh, I don't know. Maybe it's working already. All right. So we got the turnout where we want it, I think. Haha. And so now we will need to, first things first, I'm going to take these old turnouts off, these old rail joiners off, put some new ones on. I'm going to get a cutting board, y'all. Forgive me, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Hey, Dave BNSFN Scale. Great to see you, man. Glad you're doing well. Thank you for joining. All right, let's get busy. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put on the new rail joiners here, and then I'm going to mount this properly like I want it coming down, if I can get it like that. Let's see. So yeah, we'll mount this, and once we get this mounted straight and ready to take the other track, I'll go ahead and measure the piece of flex, and we'll piece this in here. First things first, we'll get us a couple new rail joiners on there, and then we're going to pin it down. When I pin the track, in scale track, I always pin a set of rail ties back, because if I pin on the very last set of rail ties, if it's an extreme turn, it's got to be a pretty hard turn to do that. But a pretty hard turn will pop the ties out of the rails. So I go back one, and that usually holds it even in a sharper turn. So now that I look at it, look like I had Atlas rail joiners on there before. I'm glad I'm switching them. I say that now. Assuming they go on, I'm glad I'm switching them. Might need to file them, but I didn't have to before. Got it. They just fit better, which is good. Give me a better hold. I might need to clip this. We'll have to see. All right. Now we just need to put a pin up here at the pinnacle of the turn, or whatever you would call that. Thought I might have one up here already, but I don't. I do. Thought I did. All right, we set that there. I could probably get away with just one more, but I might do two. Let's see. I try not to push hard because I don't want to smash the rails when it pops through the board. There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. And the last one. Put that right there. I don't know if I'll glue this yet. Maybe not. We'll just see. It's not that big of a piece, but all right. Telling y'all they fit right in there. All right. All right. Is that okay here, though? So we can move this a little bit out. Fade it. There we go. All right. Let's see what y'all are saying. That's not a bad idea, Brian. Not a bad idea at all. All right. Well, I don't need a very long piece, but we're going to have to do a cut now. I need to move some of the tools I'm not using out of the way. I tell you what, it's really nice to be here with y'all and to not be at work. That might go without saying, but you ladies and gentlemen are cooler to hang out with than being at work right now, I feel like. So I'm happy about that. I don't dislike my job, but I sure enjoy being here with y'all. Boy, this truck looks small. All right, so what we'll be doing is this way, matching from here. I guess we can do it either way. All right. Now, same as I did on the turnout, I'm going to pop a few ties. Probably just one. And so I'll pop just one tie here on the outside. Give myself a little room for the turnout, the rail joiners. It's better if I cut all the way to the other tie as well. It gives me a little more room. All right. All right, we're in there. Don't need to file it. So I need a marker of some kind. I need a way to make a line mark. Maybe I'll see if this will work. It's right there on that point, though. Let's go ahead and pull this out. You must get them both in at once, Brian. All right, that one's in now. There we go. Right here. Cut just a little bigger than we need. Let me get this out of here. Now, knowing this is a little big, I'm going to go ahead and get this back in place. All right. One more. All right. Pop the ties on this end. All right. Go ahead and get some rail joiners on this side if we can. Might need to file them. Uh-oh. Too many. Still sharp because I don't have to file. Pretty happy about that. Although I have another side to do. I should have said that. Shouldn't have said anything. All right. Okay. Forget the funny faces. This isn't easy. Uh-oh. Got it. Might have to trim one of these. We'll just see. Make sure we can get a rail joiner on both of these before we... Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. All right. We want to make very sure this is straight, straight, straight. All right. If you're joining us on the vertical stream, we sure do appreciate you. Thank you for doing so. We're doing a track work marathon. I'm replacing a turnout, and sorry you had a bad week, Brian. And we are adding Pico Flex and a new turnout here because we were having some track issues. I might add some more roadbed here, but I'm less worried about this, which I said earlier, than I am about this. I'll reset all of this on this spur. I'm worried about the main line right now, and then I'll reset the spurs coming out later. We're gonna make sure that the main line's good. We're gonna test it, run some trains on it, and we'll be doing that live as well. And once we do that, we'll come in and mess with the spur. Right now, I want the main line fine because I want to shoot some trains running for some shorts. All right. I've got plenty of shorts footage, but it's all older. I want some new stuff. And we will be exploring the dangerous world of Z-scale soon upstairs. Little short 10 or 12 foot like shelf type layout for a minute. It's kind of hard to explain without giving the whole thing away, which I'm not going to do, but we are in scale and we're going to the very dark side on a short shelf type layout way up in the air with Z-scale coming up. And that should be interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because we've never... Now, I put Z-scale models together all the time. But never played with Z-scale trains. Kind of excited to do it, but also a little bit fearful because I don't really like how that's popping up, John. I wish it was laying flatter. I'm not really sure why it's not. John, I did see, if you're there, Brian, those of you guys that do stream as well, I did see that I can send a stream to another channel now too, so we can collaborate. They do have that function on there. So I know John's having camera issues, I think, but unless he fixed them. But I could have sent the string to him too, and he could be on. I don't know if. I guess he'd be on here, but I don't know how that would work with the picture. I guess you can do it on this one too, but I'm not 100. Yeah, we are sorry to hear you not had a rough week, Clintonville. Hopefully this next one will improve and be much better. I think we straight here. I do. All right. I want to go ahead and put one here too, for good measure. Do I have one there already? I might. Yes, I do. I like that because that kind of means I'm in the right place. So I'm off work all week. We're going to be streaming all week working on this project. And if we get it done real fast, we'll just be playing with trains the rest of the week, which there are no problems with that. Got a pretty big layout here if you haven't seen it and you're new to the channel. See, that's what I don't like. I got some it's I don't know, hard to say. We'll deal with that when we come to it. I'm really not going to worry about that yet, even though I'm trying to right now. All right, so now we just need to come in here and do a connection, but I actually do think I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive in. I don't know that I'm going to stop the stream and let it dry. I'm probably going to go ahead and continue with this, and then we won't stop the stream until all of it's drying for the main line. But all I have here is glue max and water, 50-50. I got good. It's secured pretty good. All right, I got it secured pretty good. It's not going to go anywhere, and I'm not going to put any adhesive into the turnout at all. I just try not to let it get up on the rails and not get too much on there. If I'm in a pesky turn, I can come out on the outside and drop layers in the ties out on the outside, and that's going to give it a little more out there so it comes in. And I mean, and now in 2 or 3 hours, that's going to be ready to roll. I'm just hoping we don't have to move it. So now what I'm hoping for, if I got lucky, this will be long enough, and I did, I think. Okay. So my other piece of flex that I cut off from this one is going to fit, which is cool because that's going to give me 4 more pieces of flex track to play with over here. And I'm not going to be able to show you right now. The other folks on the vertical stream are the horizontal stream are able to see. I've got a line over here. See, I got a turnout that comes out right here. And I need a piece that runs down through here and connects into this one. And now that I've got the other turnout, what did I do with it? I've got an extra turnout now. I'll be connecting this piece. So anyway, I'll be able to run in here. I just need tortoises though, to reach some of these to make it really functional and fun. I mean, I can play with it and take the thing off, but see, like this normally goes here. This piece goes in here. Like, so I don't know if y'all could see that, but so it's hidden, but anyway, I can pull a train in here and park. Also, with another turnout right here, I'll be able to back into this with a park train as well. But I'm not gonna I don't know how much of that I'll do. I am going to do some of that, but what I want to do is get all the turnouts functioning good, because I got a bunch of ops I could be doing while I'm building that other layout upstairs. My problem is at some point when that layout upstairs gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to either have to move the storage stuff down here or get a storage unit or something. I don't know. But anyway, what we got here, all right. And there's 15 of y'all in the vertical stream, and I got 12 likes. I want to thank y'all very much for joining us. They're saying soon the functionality will be able to do this. Again, John, what I'm very curious about is if you were collaborating in this stream right now, where you would be and how it would be set up. That is something I wouldn't mind messing around with when and if your functionality returns. I do understand that's an issue, and I don't mean to mention a sore subject, my brother. And John is rightfully so. I'm not arguing with him. John is a person who uses his phone as a phone. And that's what it is, a phone. Y'all give me a minute. I have a little one upstairs that I need to go check on and make sure that she has everything she needs. Um, Sorry about that, everybody. Um, we're still in jammies down there, so she's not able to come in and hang out yet. So we were talking about what lunch is going to be like. Already thinking about lunch around here. So now we're just going to let this dry. Hope all is well. And we're not really able to do any testing with it like this anyway, so we're going to go ahead and proceed forward. If there was a way to go ahead and reasonably stop this and check this, I'd probably do it, but because I got time, I got all week, and I don't want to rush the project because I want it to work. All right, we'll pull some ties. I'm just going to take one tie because it's straight. Sometimes in a sharp turn, you might need to take more than one tie, but if it's straight, one tie is fine. Some people like to save these and use them as scenery, which you could do. Let's make sure I can get a joiner on here. Digger Evans is here in the house, y'all, from across the pond. We're very glad to have him. It's great to see you, Digger. How you doing? I'm off work on a Monday, so I'm a happy fella. I like playing with trains. Like I said, my job's not bad. I just like playing with trains too. I do more job than trains, so I'm happy to be here doing this today. I might need to do some filing, which I haven't had to do yet. Wouldn't be unheard of. I don't know if this is me or if this is the rail, so we're going to get in here under the light. I messed that up a little bit. And so I have tools to correct this, so I'm actually going to get them and use them and not force it on there. It's actually a good point to show y'all, if you're unaware, because I don't mean to talk, some of y'all might know a whole lot more about modeling than me, but if you're unaware, sometimes you may need to file the ends of these to ensure that you get a rail joiners on clean. This is clearly the place that I cut, so I actually want to use the other side. But what I do is I take a flat file and I make sure and I go across the ends, the edges on the outside, and I make sure that I can get almost friction. I'm barely touching it, but I just kind of make sure that I don't have any friction. It's not grabbing anything. And then these rails are shaped like an upside down T. So what I do is I take the bottom of like the armpit of the T and I run the file to make sure I don't have a booger in there. See, they get right there on the under part of that T. And I run the file through there. Just kind of got to find it and make sure you're running through it and running through it. All right. Now, I'm going to take a new rail joiner. Uh-oh. What I'm probably going to do, I need to use this side, the good side over here anyway. So I'm going to spin this around because I got to make a cut here anyway. Now that I thought about it, I'm going to use the side that's never been cut because I've got a side that's been cut here. And then I'm going to have to cut it again. One thing that tells me, though, is I'm going to need to either sharpen these or get some new ones. It didn't cause a booger on the other side of it, though, because the rail joiners went on the other side, so I'm not sure. But this should go on really clean here because this hasn't been cut. Haha. That side did. And that side did as well. Oh, we're going to turn here. I didn't think about that. See if we can't get this rail to cooperate more. All right. Well, I might end up wishing I left myself more room up here. This whole thing could be getting redone. Sorry about that, y'all. Gracie's out. Y'all can tell, I guess. I might not have needed to share that. I am not happy right here. I just don't know if that's going to fly. I really don't. I guess we're going to have to see, but I could very possibly be stopping here before I connect this because I don't know that I'm perfectly happy. I might have to adjust it a little, and I probably still can a little bit, which is a good thing. All right, here we go. Get on down there. All right. Oh, all right, all right, all right. I'm sure I might, Brian. I just have to get something. I've never heard of that, but if you recommend it, is something that I will certainly consider and look further into. I wonder if I could get Gracie to stop barking. I don't know if I can or not, to be honest. See, I kind of try to pull them up a little and see how they'll sit natural. There's a little kink coming out. I mean, I don't even know if you can call it that. It's just not perfect. Whoa, we don't want that. That might have helped some. Now that I'm happier with. That could work. Oh, wow. What happened? That's crazy. All right. Does it say? No, it doesn't. All right. Let me come on down this way then. We'll go ahead and put it in. At least I'm going to pin it down. All right. Here we go. Gracie, you're making my viewers leave. Or I am. I do appreciate y'all joining me. I'm going to go ahead and get this. I guess it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and piece it in. Because even if there's a little issue needs to be adjusted here, the track work should be close. Although if I need it just a little bit longer, then I'd be in trouble, wouldn't I? So I might not. Because I can run it through this turnout and these turns without connecting down here. It might be the smartest thing to do. That wasn't smart, though. I found it, though. I got lucky. Huh. All right. Here we go. probably one right here. So I'll just get it all the way down here except where it's supposed to be. I'll glue it down almost to where I'm going to connect it. And then I won't connect it. And I'll do that because that way, if it needs to be a little bit longer or shorter, I'll still be able to play with the length over here. That will keep that side pretty much set unless I trim it shorter, which this could happen. I could trim this up another inch, give myself a little more room to transition here, which is what I think I did initially, which is probably why it was there in the first place. And then I thought I was smarter this time. I do enjoy doing this part of the hobby. Hey, if Dave, BNSFN Scale, if you're still in here, what kind of track do folks in Z-Scale use? Gracie's in here. I don't know if y'all can see her. If she comes, come here, Grace. Come here. Come here. Come here. She's laying right at the thing. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. She kind of does what she wants to do most of the time. She gets it honest. All right. Uh-oh. I did it again, I think. Be like here and here. We'll do these kind of like this. I'll go ahead and pin this right here. So we should be able to test this in a few hours. So what we'll be doing is we'll go ahead and do this. We'll glue this down. We'll let it dry. I think I got in the right one, did I? There we go. All right. We're going to glue this down. We're going to let it dry. We're going to come back in and test. It's pretty straight coming through there. I mean, if I didn't have turns, I could do it a little better, but I can't do a whole lot better than that. So we got 50-50 water glue mix. Going down, we'll go ahead and come on here. That'd probably be good. All right, well, let's see here. I've got a pretty good close-up in the vertical here. Would like to know if you could, let's see if I can do even a better one. Just a sec. All right. So y'all at home, I don't know how good y'all could see. Pretty good, I guess. You can't see if it's straight or not, I suppose. Dave, what I asked was, what kind of track do Z scale folks use? Mhm. I don't know if let's see who I don't know who we have in here. Rob, thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, Rob. If you're still with us, I'm sorry to hear about your pup. I am. Um, I could give a. I don't know. It'd be hard the way I got the camera. I might could switch it though. They might guess they might let me switch it. Um, I guess I'd have to come on and do a vertical layout tour one day too. Um, so yeah, Dave, I was the only thing I was curious about, and I'm getting ready to get out of here, so I won't bug you. And if you missed the question, don't worry about it. I was just beginning to plan, going to be doing a 12-foot, 10 to 12-foot, but kind of battling with that. 10 to 12-foot shelf layout, above eye height, Z scale. Just going to be doing a loop. There will be one turnout, basically, is all, where I can pull a train in and change it or switch it or whatever. But that'd be about it. So really, I'm going to be needing uh, a 10-foot loop with a spur that or two that comes off, one or two turnouts max, and the track to go with that. So I'm just was curious about that. Those of you that are at home and you could be watching as well, um, if you know, if you happen to know, if you're a Z scale modeler, what kind of track you use, I'd like to know that. Um, right now, the layout is a mess, so I'm not going to do a tour. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to allow this glue that we did, we're going to allow this work that we did right here to dry. And we're going to go do some household chores and make sure the house is tidy so we feel all good and happy. And we're going to plan on coming back in pretty much as soon as we can test this, which will be 2 or 3 hours. We'll come back down and check it out, and then we'll run the train through it. We'll wipe it down a little bit and run the train through it. And then we'll know from there. We could have to. It could be that we end up having to pull it back up and it wouldn't work. But right now we've been doing work all down here. I'm gonna see if I can do this. We'll do a change. Can I do that? Here we go. Those of you at home in the vertical stream, I can do a much better job of showing y'all. There we go. So am a little concerned about that turn coming right out of the turnout. As you can see, I don't have anything in the turnout itself. No adhesive whatsoever. Not even up to the last, and it's the next to last tie is where I put them. And I let it float otherwise. And so here's the area. I don't have my Union Station is over here. Sorry, y'all. Union Station is over here. That actually, and I'm trying not to make y'all sick. That goes there. That fits right up there. Train comes through here. This is the Denver area. Train comes through here, up the helix. It goes down through here. This is McKernan's Mill, and that's a model of the Gross Reservoir in the distance. Come through here. I don't have the lights on, but we got a coal mine in there. Then we come through a tunnel. Again, don't have the lights on. Apologies. And there's our stuff. Wi-Fi, sound box. We're DC, but we have wireless control and sound because we have people who love us around here. And comes up here to Winter Park. It turns around and it heads all the way back down. And so we really want to thank y'all for joining us in both streams. We really do appreciate you. We're going to allow this to dry. We're going to go hang out with the kiddo and do a few household chores. And we're planning on coming back on around, I would imagine it'd be about 12:30, 1 o'clock. We'll be back on. We're hoping to. And we'll just be wiping the train down. And then you'll see some trains moving at that time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, whether or not they successfully pull through here, you could go ahead and make your prediction now. Could I do a poll? Let's see. Do they have that ability? Start a poll. All right. Let's see. Will this track work be successful? Oh, hold on. Let's see. All right. So we did a poll for those folks at home. If y'all are in the horizontal stream, I don't know that y'all can see it. Have a great day. Micro trains. All right. Thank you, Dave. Mike does some sectional track, but that's the extent of my knowledge. Thank you, Dave. And so, Digger, I want to thank you for being here. Messy Modeler, Dave BNSFN Scale, Brian Clintonville, John SRV. These folks in the chat here. We got Rob. We want to thank Rob for being here. I think is Bill is in here. It looks like John, Primetime NYC. Who else? We got Stormy Sky, Sarah E. And so all those folks said hello in the vertical stream. And so we appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. And we're going to see y'all in 3 hours. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel and being here. All right, y'all. I'm going to be back at a few hours. I appreciate y'all. Good to see you again, Digger. It really is good to see you. Dave, great to see you too. John, thank you for being here. Messy Modeler, appreciate you very much. Dave, BNSFN Scale, love you, brother. And I hope I didn't. Brian, appreciate you being here. Sorry you had a bad week, Brian. Let's see if we can turn that around. Stormy Sky was in here. Appreciate you, Stormy Sky. Thank you. We hope you come back to join us. I always appreciate you, Stormy Sky. See y'all soon.